What's up guys, this is Mike, aka Mike the Jeepster, and today's video is going to be a quick video on a Dana 44 differential cover swap. Now I'm removing my differential cover, my stock differential cover, and putting in my new G2 differential cover that I purchased. I do have one in the rear and I just wanted to match the front one. Also, the reason I'm changing it too is because I did dent the front one on a rock, and here's a video of it. It wasn't that bad, but I didn't want to cause any other damage to it, any of my steering components. So I went ahead and just got this G2 axle. Differential cover. I'm also getting an additional skid plates and protection underneath there before we go on a trip. So I'll post some videos of that later. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and do the differential cover, swap it out, and then pretty much change out the fluids in it. So let's go ahead and get started. I have here some stuff that we need to get the job done. Let me go and show you guys real quick. So right here we got obviously your hand tools. You're gonna need a scraper to take off or remove the old gasket. I got a mallet so we could remove the old differential cover. If it does give us an issue. Obviously a torque wrench. You got your gear oil or fluid, which is the one I got was from Lucas, synthetic 75W140, which is pretty thick, which is recommended for this Dana 44. I also have my G2 cover, which I'll show you in a bit. I got some brake cleaner fluid, so you clean out the housing inside the differential. Bought a fluid pump, which I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but I just got it just in case. And I also got my lube locker gasket there, all ready to go. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, the first step is to drain the fluid from the Dana 44. The drain plug on the Dana 44 is going to be on the right hand side on the bottom. You will need some extension, something similar to this one. So let's go ahead and do that. Drain the fluid before we remove the cover and go from there. Alright guys, as the fluid drains into this bucket, let's go ahead and get ready to remove this cover, differential cover. What you're going to need is it's only a 1/2 inch socket with an extension on it. Okay, and we'll start removing all these bolts. Now on the Dana 44 Rubicon, there's also this bracket that's on here. We got to remove the bracket and put it on the new one, so we got to make sure we don't forget about that. So let's go ahead and start removing this cover. And these bolts and go from there. Alright, here's the bracket with the I guess some kind of clip for the lockers. Just put that to the side, make sure it doesn't grab anything. And now it's time to remove this. Alright, so as you see, it's not coming off, so we're gonna have to somehow get this loose. I'm gonna be trying to do it with the mallet, maybe stick something in here, a screwdriver, break the seal apart, and see if we could actually get this cover off. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. That was good, but as you can see, it made a mess. So the cover's off. Let's go ahead and let it drain, let it sit here for a bit, let all the fluid come out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it with some brake cleaner and go from there. Alright guys, so we got the cover off, as you can see. Now you can still see the old RTV still on here. We got to clean all that stuff. We can clean a little bit inside here with some brake cleaner fluid, get it cleaned up before we put the new gasket and the new cover on. So let's go ahead and do that. Like I said, I have some little old scraper like this. Pretty much what I use, little putty knife I use at work. use that to remove all this. But before you do that, make sure you clean up put a cover on here so it won't get anything dirty. So what I'm gonna do right now is gonna put a little cover on here, some paper towels. You don't want anything that has lint on it. Just put it on there, cover that up, and then you can start doing your thing. All right, so let's go ahead and do that, and then go from there. All right, so now we have it covered up. Let's go ahead and start removing this old gasket. There's not that much on it, but you want to clean all this old stuff off with just a little scraper or something similar like this. We'll go ahead and do all this, clean it, make sure it's good after we get it all removed, and then we can spray it down with some brake fluid. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright guys, so we got all that cleaned up. I'm going to let it dry for a bit. And then we'll be able to go ahead and just put our gasket on and our differential cover. Before I do that, I want to show you my G2 differential cover. Look at it, see what you guys think about it. Give you a quick review on it, because I do have one from the rear. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright guys, so there you go, the G2 differential cover. Now, like I said, I have one in the rear, black, aluminum. I like it, I love it. Obviously the one in the rear doesn't see that much action, but as you can see, it's really durable, heavy duty, and I can't wait to use it on the trails. So let's go ahead and install this. Let's go ahead and first put the gasket on it and go from there. And then, like I said, down the road, I'll show another video how it's actually reacted to the conditions I've been on the trails. Alright guys, so we got everything cleaned up. We're ready to put the gasket on. Now, the gasket doesn't need any RTV. This is a lube blocker gasket. I was told that it doesn't require any RTV seal or anything like that, silicone, all that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just place this on here, and then pretty much put my differential cover on, and then pretty much bolt it and torque it down to specs. It says to torque it down to 25 pounds. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with what that says, and then obviously check for leaks and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and put this gasket on, and let's go ahead and put the cover on. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Make sure you just hand tight all of them first before you start torquing them down. Now that we have that hand tightened, we're going to start torquing them down. But before you torque them down, make sure you torque them down and go in a crisscross pattern. So on the box here it says go by this torque, so we're going to start at 1 here and just work ourselves like a star and just pretty much tighten them down. Alright, so let's go ahead and start torquing these down. Again, we're going to torque them down to 25 pounds. So the next step is to remove this fill plug and start filling it up. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I said it takes about 1.5 bottle. So let's go ahead and take off the fill plug and start doing that. And just make sure you check for any leaks around. If so, if it starts leaking, then we have to pretty much stop and check why it's leaking. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Alright guys, so that takes care of one bottle, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next bottle and go from there. Alright guys, so I went ahead and just put in 2 quarts of this oil. I think the spec says between 1 and 1/2. I'm sorry, 1 and 1/2 to 2 quarts is acceptable for a front Dana 44. So I went ahead and just put the 2 in. So then we have that all in there. Make sure you also tighten down the fill plug down to specs, which was like 25 pounds. Check for leaks. Right now everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and take it for a spin and then bring it back in my garage and then check for leaks again, and we should be done then. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take it for a spin and see how it goes. So I'll be back here in a bit. Alright guys, so this completes the installation. As you can see, there's no leaks. Everything looks normal. I did drive it around my block a couple times. When I drive it on the freeway or on the highway here in a bit, I will check again, see if there's any leaks. But for now, I'll go ahead and leave my video here. If you guys have any questions or comments, just post them down below. If you like this video, go ahead and like it. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. There'll be videos every week. That's pretty much it for now guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Later.